Hello everyone, Welchie here, and welcome back to the Part-Time Gamers YouTube channel, and welcome back to Part-Time Gamers Weekly, the second episode of a new series that we're doing on this channel, where I live stream and talk about all things video games. We're going to talk about hot topics in video games, whether it's something that's happened in the news, or an event that's happened, blah blah blah. We'll talk about what we've been playing, what's been going on with the channel, and also, as introduced last week in the first episode, we talk about our Part-Time Gamers Game Club, which, for those of you that don't know, is basically a book club but for games. So we'll go into more detail again later when we get into that. But first of all, I want to say thank you to everyone who watched last week's episode on YouTube, and thank you to everyone who watched all of our reaction videos on YouTube last week. I think I released 4 reaction videos to the Game Awards trailers. So that was the Alan Wake 2 announcement, the Horizon Forbidden West gameplay trailer, which looked fantastic, the Hellblade Senua's Saga Game Awards trailer, which, having now found out it's all gameplay, I'm both impressed and also a bit concerned, but it's fine. And also the Telltale, what's it called? Not Telltale, A Plague's Tale, sorry. Sequel, or a Requiem. I've been told by a friend of mine that I'm saying that wrong, but who cares? So yeah, thank you all for watching those. Those videos have been done really well for the channel. Hopefully you enjoyed them. Got plenty more reaction videos to do as and when things come out to react to. So hopefully you look forward to that. So I think without further ado, let's get into the main topic of the week, because it's about the Game Awards. I'm not going to be talking about much more of the trailers and stuff. I guess we can briefly talk about it. My most anticipated game from what was shown is Alan Wake 2. I guess that's kind of wrong. I'm super excited about Horizon Forbidden West coming in February, but that's so close now. Like, I know it's coming, you know what I mean? I'm super hyped for Alan Wake 2 because it's a brand new announcement, and it's a sequel I've waited for a very long time. I think they said over 10 years in the trailer, which makes sense. I must have played it 2009 or 10. I can't remember for exact. 2009, roughly. So super excited about that. Plague Tale looks cool. The trailer didn't show me anything brand new or interesting, but it looked like more of what it was before, but higher budget, which is great. It's a great game, so I can't complain. And Hellblade looks good, and the gameplay looks really... No, that's a lie. The visuals look very good. Now that I know that it was all gameplay and all game engine, yes, it's impressive that it's the gameplay, but it worries me that it didn't look like gameplay. Is it going to be... And all she was doing was technically running away, throwing a stick, running away, throwing a stick. I'm sure it's not going to be like that in the final product, like the whole game, but I don't know. I just wanted to see more cool stuff happen for gameplay, but I'm sure it'll be great. I'm still very excited for it. And they're the ones I reacted to, and they're the main ones that I was excited about. I can't remember all the ones that happened on top of my head. There's a new Star Wars game from the guys who made Detroit, which will be cool. I'm pretty sure that'll be a great game. There was a new trailer for what's the PlayStation one? Forspoken, which looked cool. Previews have come out for that, and it sounds decent. It doesn't sound incredible at the moment, but it sounds decent. I can't remember everything off the top of my head. But that's what I mainly want to talk about, the actual awards, which is what the Game Awards is meant to be about. And I thought we'd go through all the categories and the winners of the categories and who I would have picked. And obviously, it's just me. There are some categories we're going to skip over, and some that I'm not even going to include at all because I've already skipped past them. Mainly being the esports ones, because we've never on this channel we even spoke about esports. I've no idea about any of the esports stuff. I've always wanted to get more into it, but I just haven't. So there's no point in talking about it because I've got no opinion on it whatsoever. So looking at my phone, so I'm going to be looking down a lot. But first category I want to talk about is the most anticipated game. Now this is I believe this is a wholly fan-made vote. Maybe it's not, maybe there's a bit of critics, but I believe there's more weighted to the fans than it is to the actual critics. So the nominees were Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, the sequel to Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, which is a ridiculous name, they need to give us that full title by now, and Starfield. The winner was Elden Ring, which I believe it won. I think Elden Ring's been delayed now to the fact that it was nominated and won most anticipated game last year. So it's won most anticipated game 2 years in a row, which is kind of crazy. It shouldn't work like that, but that's just how the delays and stuff has gone. Um, to be fair, God of War Ragnarok might have been on it last year as well because it was supposed to, and Horizon Forbidden West. So that's just the problem with delays. All five of those could have been, I don't know, but Elden Ring has won, expected-ish. I voted for God of War Ragnarok. I guess that was quite obvious for those who have watched the channel or know me. It was always going to be God of War Ragnarok for me. Second would have been Horizon. Third would have been Zelda. And then I don't really care too much about the other two. I know Fipsy, the other half of the part-time gamers here, would have, if he did vote, I can't remember if he did, would have voted for Elden Ring. He's super excited for that to come out. So if you're looking forward to that as well, there will be gameplay on more likely our Twitch, but there might be some on our YouTube as well as soon as that comes out. Yeah, no real surprises there. Personally, not the one I would have picked, but completely understand why it has been picked. Those games just aren't for me. I'm trying to go to the next category. Next one, best debut indie. I haven't played any of these games, so I'm not going to linger on this one too much. The nominees were The Artful Escape, The Forgotten City, which I really want to play, Kenna Bridge of Spirits, which I really want to play as well, Sable and Valheim. Kenna Bridge of Spirits won. Not really too surprised there. For me, it was between that and The Forgotten City, just from what I've heard about reviews and stuff and general reception. So, not too surprised there. Not much to say there. Next one's Content Creator of the Year. I'm not going to talk about that one because I don't know any of them, and I don't think that's probably my least favourite category in terms of. I think it's a great category to have, but they've just picked 5 kind of streamers, from what I can tell, when gaming content can be a lot more than just people that stream. There's podcasters, there's YouTubers that don't just, there's people that do all sorts of different things, a variety of different things. Content doesn't just have to be live streams and stuff, so I'm not going to go too much into that, but yeah, let's skip that one. This website's not very good. Okay, best multiplayer. Now, again, I haven't really played any of these. I played a little bit of Back 4 Blood, which is one of the nominees. Played the beta. Then there's Knockout City, It Takes Two, Monster Hunter Rise, New World, and Valheim. It Takes Two won. I've not got much to say about that because, as I said, I haven't played many of them. But worth knowing that It Takes Two, which when it says multiplayer, it's a co-op multiplayer. Best sports/racing game. Now, the 5 nominees were F1 2021, FIFA 2022, surprised really, but I guess they just have to nominate that every year, Forza Horizon 5, Hot Wheels Unleashed, and Riders Republic. This, I believe, if we could see the voting, it would have been unanimous. Forza Horizon 5 won. I've only played FIFA 22 out of these, but I'm glad it didn't win because it's not innovating. It's not doing enough to deserve an award. Whereas Forza Horizon 5, by the sounds of it, is fantastic. I'm waiting until I get Series X before I play that. But again, not really a category for me. Neither is the next one, Best Sim or Strategy. Age of Empires won this category, Age of Empires 4. The other contenders were Evil Genius 2, Humankind, Inscription, which is also meant to be fantastic. I don't know much about it, but I just heard great things. And Microsoft Flight Simulator, which, if I had to put money on it, I would have put money on Microsoft Flight Simulator. So, fair play to Age of Empires. It must be better than I heard. I haven't heard anything about it, so I heard a lot about Flight Simulator. Now, this is an interesting category. This is called Best Family, which it sounds weird when you just say Best Family, but it's Best Family Game. Also kind of known in the gaming world as the Nintendo category, because it's normally a Nintendo game that wins Best Family Game. The nominees were It Takes Two, Mario Party Superstars, New Pokemon Snap, Super Mario 3D World, and Bowser's Fury, and WarioWare Get It Together. Now, 4 of those 5 are Nintendo games. It Takes Two was the only one that wasn't, and it won. So is that 2 awards for that game already? There's going to be more as well as we go through. So that was an interesting category. Again, I've not played any of those, so I had no way of kind of contributing. Best fighting game, again, nothing I can add to this one. This is great, isn't it? All these shit categories, I'm not at any contribution, but I will have later on. Demon Slayer, Guilty Gear Strive, Melty Blood, never even heard of that one. Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl and Virtua Fighter 5. Guilty Gear won that one, if any of you out there are into fighting games. Best RPG. Now this is interesting because one of the nominees was Cyberpunk 2077. Very brave adding that one in as a nominee. So I'm just going to get more comfortable. Monster Hunter Rise was the other one. Scarlet Nexus, Shin Megami Tensei 5, and Tales of Arise, which won. If I had to put money on it, I would have picked that. I've not played any of them other than Cyberpunk. But from what I've heard and listened to on podcasts and stuff, Tales of Arise is meant to be fantastic for RPG fans. So no real surprise there. Now we're getting into the good stuff. Best action/adventure game. 5 nominees. I have played 3 of them. So here we go. This is where I start getting more involved. Nominees are Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, one I haven't played but really want to. Metroid Dread, again I haven't played. I was very close to buying it this year, but I decided not to. Then there's Psychonauts 2, which I think I mentioned in last week's video that I've been playing it. I've now beaten it. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, and Resident Evil Village. So those last 3 are the ones that I have played. Now, of those 3, my favourite game is Resident Evil Village. So I think that's what I voted for. The winner was Metroid Dread, which is very interesting. There's not a description here for what action adventure, what they want and what they mean by it. But that's fine. It surprises me only because I haven't played it, I guess. The other 3 games I've played, Psychonauts, Ratchet and Clank, and Resident Evil Village, are all fantastic games this year. My personal vote would have gone for Resident Evil Village, but if any 3 of them would have won, I'd have been pretty happy. But Metroid Dread won that one. And then next one's Best Action Game, which, sorry, I haven't played these. Back 4 Blood, I've played the beta. Chivalry 2, which I haven't played, but I know Fipsy played and enjoyed it for a while. Deathloop, Far Cry 6, and Returnal. And Returnal 1, which I'm very happy about on the basis that it was a Housemarque, a smallish developer who have now been bought by Sony. They're now a first-party studio for Sony. Their first real AAA game, and they won a Game Award. Not the Game Award, but a Game Award for it. So, fantastic for them. Surprised Deathloop didn't win. If I had to put money on it, I would have put that. I would have put that in a few categories. We'll find out later. But yeah, Deathloop didn't win on that one. So, and for all the good stuff I heard about it, I would have put so much money on that winner. Next is Best VR/AR game. I don't have VR or AR. Hitman 3, I Expect You to Die 2, Lone Echo 2, Resident Evil 4, nuts that a game which is over 10 years old now is getting nominated for Game Awards here. It's a new VR game, and Sniper Elite VR, and Resident Evil 4 actually won it, so very interesting. As a Resident Evil fan, a new Resident Evil fan, I really want to play Resident Evil 4. I'd love to play it in VR, but I haven't got VR at the moment. But I've heard amazing things about Resident Evil 4. I'm kind of just holding off because I'm expecting and hoping for a remake. But if it takes too long, I will just play the old game. But anyway, I digress. Next category, Innovation in Accessibility. So, nominees were Far Cry 6, Forza Horizon 5, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, and The Veil Shadow of the Crown. That's its first nomination. I've not heard of it. The winner was Forza Horizon 5. I haven't played that to know what the accessibility options were. And personally for me, I don't need to look at the accessibility options that much, so I wouldn't be as aware. But from what I've heard, all 5 games have great accessibility options. Next is Best Community Support. Again, not one for me because I don't really play many multiplayer games, especially long-standing ones. Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Final Fantasy XIV Online, Fortnite, and No Man's Sky. Final Fantasy XIV won. I had no doubt that would win, just from the massive love the fans have for that game now. And it's been super successful, so I would have guessed that game, and it did win. Best mobile game, sorry guys, but again I have no interest in this. Fantasian, Genshin Impact, League of Legends Wild Rift, Marvel Future Revolution, and Pokemon Unite. Genshin Impact 1. I didn't play any of them. Best indie, 12 minutes. I've played 12 minutes, not finished it, but I've played a fair enough amount of 12 minutes. Death's Door, Inscription, Kena Bridge of Spirits, and Loop Hero. And like earlier, the best debut indie, Kena Bridge of Spirits, won here. I enjoyed 12 minutes, but it shouldn't have won and it didn't win. It's not the best game. It's cool, it's a decent game, but it didn't deserve any awards and it didn't get it, which is fine. Next is best ongoing, which is effectively this, if it's the best ongoing, it's basically the best community support, isn't it? Really, you can't really be the best ongoing game without good community support. But whatever, or is it community support? What was it called? I don't know. Apex Legends, Final Fantasy 14 Online, Fortnite, Genshin Impact, Call of Duty Warzone, Final Fantasy 14 Odd 1 again. So, as expected, games for impact. Now, the main reason I want to talk about this one is because there's a massive glaring missing game for me. I've not played any of these, but Before Your Eyes, Boyfriend Dungeon, Chicory, A Colourful Tale, Life is Strange, True Colours, and No Longer Home. Now, I'm not saying, I am sure all 5 of those games have a good impact. Sorry if you can hear my belly rumbling. A good impact and a good message, which is what I assume this category means. A game to impact, it has an impact on you. It has a good positive message. 2 seconds. Okay, sorry about that. As I was saying, I can't remember what I got to, but I'm sure all those 5 games have a good impact, a good positive message, and an impactful story to tell, or an impactful, I don't know, an impactful message. That's what I would assume this category is for. Now, I want to know why some categories have got 6 nominees and this one hasn't. Why has it got 5? And why is Psychonauts 2 not here? Psychonauts 2 had a great message. It was all about mental health. It told it in a funny way, but also in an informative way, and a very touching way, I think, as well. It was amazing, the way they dealt with mental health, and the way they used even gameplay elements and enemies. Enemies were named. So, for example, you got an enemy named Bad Mood, Judgment, Panic Attack, stuff like that. Honestly, so good, so good, and I am stunned that it wasn't nominated and didn't win. I know I haven't played these games, so I'm sure they've got a great message, but I think Psychonauts 2 had a great message and an impact, so stunned it wasn't nominated. Next one, Best Performance. Now, I am very happy with this one. So the nominations were, I'm going to get these names wrong now, Erica Mori as Alex Chen in Life is Strange, True Colours, Giancarlo Esposito as Anton Castillo in Far Cry 6. So that is the guy from Breaking Bad and the Mandalorian. What else is he in? He always plays like an evil kind of guy. Anyway, it's Gustavo Fring from Breaking Bad. Jason Kelly as Colt Vaughn in Deathloop. Maggie Robertson as Lady Dimitrescu in Resident Evil Village. And Azomio Akaga, sorry about these names, as Juliana Blake in Deathloop. Now, I've not played all of these. I've only played Resident Evil Village, so I voted and wanted Maggie Robertson as Lady Dimitrescu. Amazing performance to win. And she did. She won. Very happy with that one. Incredible performance. I'm sure the others were as well. I'm convinced they were. I've heard they were. But I'm very happy that Maggie Robertson won that one. Great performance, Lady Dimitrescu. Next one, Best Audio Design. Deathloop, Forza Horizon 5, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, Resident Evil Village, and Returnal. I think I voted Resident Evil Village, and I'd stand by that. The winner was Forza Horizon 5. Fair enough. I'm sure it's got great audio design. For me, I've only played 2 of them, Resident Evil Village and Ratchet & Clank. The reason I picked Resident Evil Village was more, I guess it was more the voice acting and stuff like Lady Dimitrescu. I don't know, I just felt the whole vibe and the audio was fantastic and it made you feel scared, especially, and I think this is probably the main reason, but the second boss, the doll maker, when you go underneath that house to the bottom floor in the elevator and you get chased by that enemy, I don't want to spoil too many things, but the sound design there is insanely so good that it was probably one of the scariest things I've ever had in any video game ever. It's just incredible. Too scary for me, but I would have given it to them. But I'm sure Forza Horizon deserved it as well. Next category: best score and music. The Artful Escape, Cyberpunk. I didn't play enough of it because it was fucked, but Deathloop, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, and Nier Replicant. I'm surprised Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy didn't win this one because I've heard it's got a great soundtrack, just like the films do. Nier Replicant won. If I had to guess, that would have been my fifth choice, so stunned at that. But I guess it's got great music. Best art direction. This one shocked me. So, the winner. The nominees are Artful Escape, Deathloop, Kena Bridge of Spirits, Psychonauts 2, and Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. My vote would be for Psychonauts 2. Incredibly good art direction. Ratchet and Clank is a better looking game by a mile. It's an insanely good looking game. But the art style of Psychonauts 2 and the character designs, the enemy designs, loved them all. And I feel like it really deserved this one. Like, I really believe it deserved this one. Like I did the Impact one. Deathloop won. And if I had to guess, it would have been my fifth choice here. I cannot believe it won. Again, I've not played it, but from what I've seen of them, I mean, it's got a good art style, I guess, and it's got a good direction. But of the five, I would have put it fifth. But again, take my opinion with a pinch of salt because I've not played it. But I've seen enough of these 5 games to know that I think Psychonauts 2 deserved that one. But anyway, best narrative. Another one that shocked me a little bit. Deathloop, It Takes Two, Life is Strange True Colors, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, and Psychonauts 2. I've only played Psychonauts, so I voted for that and would have deserved it if it won. But I would have also understood if it was Life is Strange or It Takes Two, from what I've heard. The winner was Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, and I've heard it's got a good story, but not like groundbreaking best story of the year story. So I'm pretty shocked at that one. But it's made me want to play it more, I must say. Best game direction. Now, I have a bit of an issue with this one because best game direction should surely be... What is the difference between that and just best game? Like, I don't really know the difference between those. Nominees were Deathloop, It Takes Two, Returnal, Psychonauts 2, and Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Deathloop won. I can kind of see it, but I don't know the difference between that and Game of the Year. If any of you can tell me in the comments what that would mean, to me it just means the game with the best vision and like a unique vision, a unique game, and meeting that target and meeting that vision with just designing an excellent game to meet that vision. For example, say if a Far Cry game was incredible this year, say Far Cry 6 was incredible, the best Far Cry game and the best game of the year, but it was just more Far Cry, I think then I would understand, okay, it's the best game this year, but it's nothing super new. It's not like they've took the game in a completely different direction. You know what I mean? That's the only way I can kind of differentiate those two categories. If I'm right there, then I can see why Deathloop won, although technically it's just... Well, I guess it's not just more Dishonored, is it? It's a bit more complex than that. So, but I would have understood It Takes Two or Returnal for that one. Which leaves us with the final one and Game of the Year. The nominees, as you probably know by now, are Deathloop, It Takes Two, Metroid Dread, Psychonauts 2, Ratchet and Clank, and Resident Evil Village. Having played 3 of the 6, I voted for Resident Evil Village, just my personal favourite and best game of the 3 I played, being Psychonauts 2, Resident Evil, and Ratchet and Clank. If I had to have guessed, I would have guessed Deathloop, just like it won game direction. From listening to podcasts, watching reviews, reading reviews, it seemed to be the most respected, most appreciated, most loved game on this list. And if anything, I would have probably said my game, Resident Evil Village, was the least... There was a lot of people that loved it, but there was also people that didn't like it, and it was more I don't know, spread. Whereas Deathloop seemed to be, no, this is a fantastic game. Some of the others were as well, don't get me wrong, but it just felt like Deathloop had it in its hands, and It Takes Two snatched it away. I woke up in the morning and saw it at 1, and I was shocked. Again, I've not played it, so I can't. It feels a bit silly saying it, but I was just so convinced it'd be Deathloop. I was so convinced. Um, I would love to see how close they all were. And if I had to guess, I would have guessed it when It Takes Two, Deathloop, Metroid Dread, Ratchet and Clank, Psychonauts, Resident Evil Village, based on the whole, like the critics and all fans. I might be wrong, but that's how I'd guess, which is basically just putting It Takes Two from wherever I would have put it and putting it top. I was stunned, but very happy for the studio, Hazelight, who apparently have made fantastic games. I need to play them. I want to play No Way Out, and I want to play It Takes Two. And it sounds like they hit the nail on the head, this one. And I am gutted. I'm really gutted for the 3 games I've played, because they didn't win any awards. Oh, well, technically Resident Evil Village won Best Performance for Lady Dimitrescu. But yeah, Psychonauts 2 definitely deserved art direction for me. Art direction, visual style, whatever you want to call it. And it should have been nominated and won for impact, in my opinion. Ratchet and Clank, yeah, it probably deserves something, but I can kind of understand why it didn't. But I'm so glad it got so many nominations, and that's the thing. Being nominated is almost enough for a lot of these games, because you're being recognised as a fantastic game. It's simple as that. But yeah, It Takes Two is the Game Awards Game of the Year. Let me know, guys, in the comments what you thought of mainly this Game of the Year. Like, of those 6, what would you have picked if you played them? And if any of the other categories, if you disagree with what won, let me know why, what you would have picked. Yeah, just let me know all your thoughts on the Game Awards. And what is your most anticipated game for next year, or the foreseeable future? If it's not on that list, you can tell me as well. Mine's God of War Ragnarok. The others were Elden Ring, Horizon Forbidden West, Zelda, or Starfield. Mine's God of War Ragnarok. What is yours? I'm very interested to know what you're all looking forward to. But yeah, that is the Game Awards discussed. Overall, I'm just a bit disappointed for Psychonauts 2 mainly, which it's not even my favourite game, but I just feel like it could have won some awards for what it's done. So it's a shame. And yeah, I just wonder if the Deathloop developers thought they had it. Maybe they didn't, because I guess you don't think you've won the award. But I don't know. For me, it just felt like it was theirs to lose, and somehow they lost it. It's not like it was a last minute winner. You know what I mean? I don't know. I was just convinced they'd won it, and they hadn't. So, but yeah, that's the Game Awards. I'm gonna do the Part-Time Gamers Game Awards soon. I think I might do it beginning of January. So I've got the rest of the year, all the way up to the 31st of December, to play as many 2021 games as I can. Now that I've beat Psychonauts 2, I'm playing Halo Infinite campaign. That was not eligible to be nominated for the Game Awards, whereas for us it will be. And I'm going to try and squeeze in the Forgotten City, and that should give me enough games for the year to give the Part-Time Gamers Game Awards. We'll probably just do a Game of the Year rather than all these other categories. So yeah, we'll have our Game of the Year. Fipsy would normally be involved with this, but there was no games this year that actually interested Fipsy. It's one of those weird years. Like, if you're just looking at those 6 games, even though I thought Deathloop would win, none of those games scream Game of the Year to me. When you look back at 2018, when you had God of War, Red Dead Redemption 2, and Spider-Man, that is insane. All 3 of those, if any of those 3 were in this year, they would have won. I believe. Easy, no doubt. They would have won. So that just shows, but that doesn't mean these 6 bad games are bad. I just think those 3 games were incredible for that year, and these 6 games are fantastic. Apparently, well, the 3 games I played and the other 3 are also meant to be fantastic. But they were all kind of like lingering between, I guess, the 90 to an 80 on Metacritic, where God of War and Red Dead Redemption especially were like really high 90s. So it's just one of those years where, similar to 2019, where the winner was Sekiro, which again everyone loves, but it just felt like one of those years where there wasn't a, if there was a standout winner, it's because the rest of the games weren't great. 2020, controversially, Last of Us 2 won it. Well, not controversially, it was the best game. You lot that don't think so are wrong. Was a better year for games. You had Spider-Man, Miles Morales, you had Demon's Souls, Ghost of Tsushima. There was a lot of contention, a lot of fantastic games, which again, Ghost of Tsushima, and if that was an issue, it would have won, I believe. So, yeah, one of those weird years where there wasn't anything properly stand out, which is what, again, as I was saying, why Fipsy didn't play. I think the only game he played this year that came out this year was Chivalry 2. Chivalry 2, I don't know how to say it. So technically, that is Fipsy's Game of the Year. So there you go. You heard it here first, guys. Fipsy's Game of the Year is Chivalry 2. But no, I'm going to do my personal, or the part-time gamers Game of the Year in this format in my in our PTG Weekly. But I'll probably do it at the first one in January. So I'll do a bit more time to just try and squeeze in as many games as I can. So look forward to that. Speaking of, let's go into what we've been playing. As always, guys, do leave a comment. Let me know what you've been playing so now I can talk about it next week. If there's anyone in the stream now as well, just talk. Let me know what you've been playing in the last week. So what Fipsy's been playing. Let's start with Fipsy. Fipsy's been playing and has beaten Dark Souls 3. He's been doing that on Twitch, so many of you would have seen that. He really enjoyed that. And fair play to him. I have not beaten a single Souls game, and I think he's now beaten 3. Bloodborne, Demon's Souls, and Dark Souls 3. He got close to beating Sekiro, but I don't think he did. So yeah, fair play to him. And I think he's now doing the Dark Souls 3 DLC, which I believe is harder. So he's been playing a lot of that. If you want to watch that, he does stream 3 or 4 days a week playing that. So and you can watch the archives on that on our Twitch channel. I don't think he's been playing much else other than FIFA, like, as we both just play FIFA every now and then. What I've been playing this week, so as I said earlier, I beat Psychonauts 2. Very good game. Very good game. I'll go into more about it in our game of the year chat in January. But very good game. I'm still playing it, trying to get as many achievements as possible. I might even go for all of them, get 1,000 gamer score. But no, thoroughly enjoyable game. It's one of those games where it started off, I was like, oh, this is cool. It dipped a bit, but I think it's because I'd left it for a while, and then I came back to it, and it got really good towards the end. Very good. It's a very, very good game. It deserves the nominations it got, and like I said, it deserves some wins. Still playing that. Halo Infinite, I've been playing the multiplayer. I think I've played about 14, maybe 15 hours on the multiplayer. And I've now, the campaign came out last Wednesday, I think literally the day after I streamed this last PTG Weekly. So I played a bit of the campaign, probably 3 hours or so. And I'm loving it so far. Like, I love the multiplayer. I'm loving the story so far. Not the story. I'm loving the campaign so far. So I want to get back into that. I kind of put it on pause so I could do Psychonauts 2. Get that completely done, then I'm going to jump into Halo Infinite. But yeah, thoroughly enjoying that so far. Beat Gears 5 with Scott on Twitch and on his YouTube channel. If you want to go to his YouTube channel and watch it, he's got all of our stream highlights up on that. It's a Beat Gears 5, so we've now gone through and beaten all the main 5 games in the series this year. We're now playing Hivebusters DLC, which came out a year ago today, believe it or not. So we're making our way through that, and then we're probably going to go to Gears Judgment. I doubt we're going to get through those both by the end of the year. So maybe Gears Judgment will be next 2022. But yeah, we're planning on doing like a review of this series as well, so look out for that. And I think that's what I've been playing. I played a little bit of... Oh no, big news. The biggest news was on PlayStation last week. I've been playing a lot of Xbox, as you can tell, but PlayStation, I got my 35th platinum trophy, being Resident Evil 2. I streamed that. Black Betty and Fipsy were there watching that. I was so satisfied when I got that platinum trophy. So what I did at the beginning of the year, guys, was I set myself a target to reach 35 platinums, which meant, and the main thing was to get 12 platinums in a year, which is average one per month. And I did it. I got 12 platinums, and I'm not getting any more this year. And next year I'm not going to do any kind of platinum target, because it started off as a good distraction and a fun thing to do, but towards the end I was like, come on, I'm so close, I've got to do this. Black Betty's in the chat. Thank you, Black Betty, for the GG. Yes, as I was saying, Resident Evil 2 platinum trophy. So happy getting that, and played a bit of Splitgate, as I have been doing, just on and off. And I think that's all I've been playing on PlayStation. I haven't touched PlayStation too much, unless I'm forgetting something. I feel like, and I'm forgetting something, and we're about to go into that. As we go into our Part-Time Gamers Game Club, I need some sort of jingle, I think. So as mentioned last week, the Part-Time Gamers Game Club is a book club, but for games. Each month, roughly, we will pick a game, we'll play it, we'll discuss it each week, and review it at the end of the month, and then pick a next game. This month I picked our game, but for following months, I'll pick a list of games, and our Twitch subscribers can vote for which game is in our game club. You can either play along, you can either just watch, because I will stream it, or we will stream it, Fipsy will stream as well. Or you can play along as well, play it yourself, and then join the discussion each week. And yeah, just get involved and talk about games with me, and talk about games with Fipsy. So Mortal Shell is this month's game, Part-Time Gamers Game Club. I definitely need to think of a better name for that. But yeah, Mortal Shell is basically a Souls-like game. I've put about 3, maybe 4 hours into it in the week since we announced it, and it's, yeah, where to start? I don't want to go too much in, because we're going to do a review at the end of the month, but it's a Souls-like game. It's very similar to Bloodborne, Demon Souls, whatever, all of those games. It definitely has its own vibe-ish. It's essentially the same game, but they've done different things. Like, they don't call them Souls or Blood Echoes, they're called Tar, which is weird. And instead of picking a character and upgrading all of his traits, like strength, endurance, vitality, I can't remember all of them on those Souls games, so I don't play them enough, but in this one you have 4 shells that you can enter, which are basically 4 dead bodies, and those dead bodies have their kind of weaknesses and strengths. So the first one you find in the game is, I found this out because I've had to Google this. The first one is kind of like your standard kind of jack of all trades. He's not excellent at anything, but he's not bad at anything either. Good mix. Then I found one which has incredible endurance but less health, and then there's one which has incredible health, not very good endurance. And the one I'm using at the moment, which I thought was that, but it's not, there's actually one with more health. He is more about the resolve. So resolve, you use resolve to do special moves and stuff. So yeah, there's 4 different shells. You can either use them all, or I think the general tactic is to find one that you like and feel best using, and then go with that. So yeah, I've been really struggling with Mortal Shell, because as I do with all Souls games, I haven't got the patience for them. I enjoy the general atmosphere of the games and the gameplay itself, like the combat, to an extent. But my issue with these games tends to be when I have 3,000, if it's on Bloodborne, Blood Echoes, Souls and Demon Souls, and then it's Tar, and I die, I feel so angry and so, I guess, stressed and just concerned that I have to now go all the way back and pick up those. Not only do I have to go back and kill everything, I mean, I could run past them, but I then have to pick them up, and if I die on the way, they're gone forever. And it just infuriates me, and I just don't. I think that's the thing I don't like about it. Because Hades is similar-ish in terms of you have to do one whole complete run without dying, which is different. That's a roguelike, which is different to Souls. But it's similar in terms of you die and you have to do it again, which is effectively what Demon Souls and all the Souls games are, other than the boss fights. It's very similar, but Hades is so much fun and so enjoyable. Anything you earn on your way, well, not everything, but you keep. And I like that. It's hard to explain. Basically, I think I like the Hades formula and the roguelike formula a lot more than I like the Souls formula. So basically, I am struggling with our first Game Club game. I'm going to stick with it. Obviously, it's our Game Club game. I'm going to squeeze as many hours out of it as I can. But yeah, if there's anyone... Okay, sorry about that. Where was I? Yeah, basically, let me know how you guys are getting on with Mortal Shell if you're playing along. Are you enjoying it? Mainly, are you enjoying it? Where does it... If you've played the other Souls games, how does it compare for you? To me, it's basically like playing Dark Souls or Demon Souls. It feels exactly the same. Really, it's just a different setting and a few different tweaks and changes. I love the atmosphere of the game. I do, as I love the atmosphere in Bloodborne. It feels more like Bloodborne to me in atmosphere than like a Demon Souls does. But it feels more like Demon Souls in terms of gameplay, I think. I think that's the best way I'd explain it. Just my own personal preference, but I've not played enough of any of them to give a professional opinion on that. But yeah, let us know how you're getting on with it. Have you given up? Trust me, I kind of want to, but I'm not going to, because I'm going to persevere with our game club. So yeah, let me know, guys, how you're getting on with the game. And yeah, that's going to do it, I think, for this week's episode. Thanks for watching Part-Time Gamers Weekly. If you enjoyed it on Twitch, if you're watching on Twitch, then please give us a follow, and you'll get notified when we go live. And you can watch not just Part-Time Gamers Weekly, but also our normal streams when we're playing games. As I said, I've been playing Mortal Shell on stream. Fipsy's been playing Dark Souls 3. I've been playing Gears 5 with Scott. And I've streamed Resident Evil 2 before I platinumed it. So lots going on the stream, as always. And if you're watching on YouTube, thank you for watching as well. Please leave a like if you enjoyed it. Comment, as I said, let me know what your game of the year was. Personal game of the year. And what you think should have won the Game Awards. And if there's any other categories you disagreed with, let me know. What are you most looking forward to next year? Especially between those games that were nominated in the Game Awards. And also just let me know what you think of this series so far, the Part-Time Gamers Weekly. What can I do to improve it? What do you like about it? What you don't like about it? That'd be greatly appreciated. And subscribe to know when we go live. Not when we go live, when our videos go live. And you'll be able to see these videos go up each week. Thank you very much, Black Betty, for watching on stream live. Good update. Thanks to you. I will see you soon, Betty, in one of our future streams. Thank you for watching, as always. And yeah, I think that's it. Thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you in the next week's episode.